Hello, Blake Hart here. Excited today to talk about some new stuff from Native Instruments, the Soul Magic expansion for Machine, and the Soul Sessions Play series instrument, which is a really cool Kontakt instrument. It's been a minute, I know, and I'm really struggling. Haven't had much time for myself at all outside of family and work and keeping home and that like laundry cleaning, like all that stuff. It's been a stretch, so I'm excited to come here today, make a video. I mean, I'd like to tell you guys, hey, I've been making a ton of music, that's what I've been doing, but that has not been what I've been doing. So this is fresh. Like, I really haven't gotten a chance to open this at all. Not like I really haven't, like I haven't opened it. I have not looked at this. This is my first experience with these two awesome new things from Native Instruments. So thank you to them for hooking me up with these so that I can check them out, so I can make this video and so that I can say hello to all you guys again. The good news is like the holiday break is around the corner, and I really hope that I can get just a little bit of time to make some more videos. I've also been streaming, well, once. I streamed once. I DJ'd on Twitch last Saturday. So if you don't follow me, check out my profile on Twitch. Got a new setup. I'm just really trying to get in there and, sort of force out some of the cobwebs that have formed because I haven't been DJing regularly in a long time, but just feeling the vibe of being on Twitch and making music and, it being very therapeutic for me. So I want to do that. Enough babbling, because that's what I've been doing. But thank you. I thank you for being here and watching this video. So this is pretty cool. This is, we got soul, but we got, soul is a lot of stuff, right? There's a lot of different sounds in there, and that's what this is really trying to capture, right? So it's saying, like, here's some soul for your hip hop, your R&B, your house music, your jazz music. Like, across many genres, you can use these sounds. You can use this expansion. And I think that's fun. Like, I really think that when I visit a lot of these expansions and the sounds that I hear is, I can hear it in a bunch of things. So I'm really glad that, this is being marketed that way. The special that's going on right now is if you buy the two, you get like the other half price. So basically, buy one for $49, get the other half price till January 11th. So that's cool. Like, it's always cool to like pick something up with a sale, right? I mean, especially during these crazy times. But let's dive into it. Take a look at it, and see what the sounds are like. I mean, that's why you clicked on this video, right? So let's do it. So first I'll click into the expansion for Soul Magic. Now these are all the kits that we hear that are gonna come with it. So let's take a listen. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna load up the kits because that's what everybody likes, right? But then like it doubles up when I do that. But everybody likes to hear like, well, what are the drum patterns that I'm getting with this kit here? So we take all this stuff out and we get to the drum pattern. So the issue is Machine always opens a project in 120, and that is horrendously high for this. So let's try it again. So we can see here, that's pretty cool. We're going out the full 8 bars, which is nice. And then there's if you're not familiar with Machine, sometimes the pattern will get changed up. So here, it's a little bit different of a pattern. And they're usually labeled with, what BPM they're originally created in. So generally you don't want to stray too far from that, or it can sound a little crazy. Take this out. There's some really classic sounds here. That's a neat kit. I already can tell like some really neat drum sounds here. I like how they label it like 90s, 70s, 60s, 80s, so like you know what vibe you're getting, like what the flavor is. All right, so this is so some chops, some samples to play with, so that's cool. Same thing here. All right, cool. So I like that one. 90s kit. Let's see what this is. Creepin', creepin'. 70s. I am not the biggest fan of the 70s. I can tell you all that right now. But that's some cool sounds there. 60s. I'm a fan of the 60s. Except we gotta bring this down a lot. Ooh, this is a nice one. It's a nice kit. Feeling that one for sure. Let's see what's this 80s one. Tell me what are you waiting? Tell me what are you waiting for? One of the things I like is I like that there's a lot of different BPMs, right? Like, so if you're looking for the patterns that this is going to give you because you're new and you're just like, or you just like copying patterns because like, why reinvent the wheel? You know, these are like awesome. And it's cool that there's a lot of nice flavors here, a lot of nice speeds for you to like get some patterns together and get really working quickly with your drums. You know, a lot of people don't like to do drums, and you know, it's not a bad thing. It's people say, "Oh, well, drums are where it's at. You got to do your own drums because that's where the vibe is." There's plenty of people like who aren't spending a lot of time on their own drums. I'm gonna tell you that. This is nice. Ooh, feeling that kick. I'm hearing like a lot of nice stuff here. So when I double click on this to load it, it just takes a little bit of time, even though my computer has a lot of juice. So those are chops again. Clearly a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of kits here. A lot of things to use. This is a bunch of chords and stuff too. Flammable 70s. This is real like soul vibe. There's a lot of different flavors over here. I think I'm like 10 minutes into this video and I'm still going through the kits. That's always like a good sign. you get a lot of bang for your buck. I can tell you that. It's like they just couldn't stop themselves from including more stuff, and it's cool. Alright, let's bring this down. I just got like a Amy Winehouse type of feel going on here. Nice. And I love how it's 119.71. Love that, right? Because that's what gives us this humanized feel, like you're just like a little bit off the grid. And it's, I mean, let's face it, like you go back and play a record from like 1960, 1970, they're human drummers. Everybody's off a little. You know, you try to mix those records as a DJ, and it's just like, whew, it's tough. It's tough because, you know, if you're human, you are not exactly on the beat. So this is cool stuff. So let's move on a little bit and see what else we've got in here. Take a little look at some of the instruments. Change this up. Cowbell. Nice. Kicks. Motown bass. Let me bring this down. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Love those dirty sounds. Wonder keys. Alright. A lot of cool stuff going on here, for sure. So let's go over and go to our loops. So a lot of bass stuff. Look at all the stuff you're getting here. Let's get down to the bells. A lot of loops. That's always good to add texture stuff. So we have our combos, so that's all like various instruments put together in different ways or not. So you can use these as like samples, you know, chop them up, use them as samples. A lot of different ways to use all this stuff. They're all, you know, marked out with key information so that you can easily put it into your project. And then same thing, so like the drums. So you have like these loops you can work with. You can chop up if you want to. The full project stuff. Let's see what these guitars are. A lot of classic sounds here to work with. Sucker for all these perks. A lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. So there are 14 massive presets and 18 monarch presets. So like, let's take a look at them and see what's going on. So the way I do this, I mean, there's different ways to do this, but if you want to pick your instrument, you can go and you can pick monarch and massive, and that's how you can sort of pop into these. So when you click this triangle here, you can go and find your expansion. So we're in Soul Magic, and then when I click that, it'll show me what's available, like what the presets were for massive. So it's just loading up right now. And because these are presets, you can then go in and you can fine tune and change them or do whatever you want to the actual preset. Ooh, nice up. All right, so that was massive. So now if we want to go back in here, we can just open Monarch and we'll do the same thing. And we hit that triangle and we go down to Soul Magic and we see what is in Monarch. Load it up. And you don't have to load them all up to hear them. You can just go down, listen to them that way. Sometimes it's nice playing a few out. Gives you more idea of what the sound is and how it's going to fit in your project. All right, so we've done a lot here. Let's go and let's check out our, close out of here. Check out our play series instrument. So we're in instruments and we're going to go look for it in here. Here is Soul Sessions. And these are all the sounds, right? So that's a lot of sounds. So you can double click on this, you can load it up, and I'll show you what this looks like. It's a play series instrument. If you haven't had one of these before, they're really cool. There's different parameters that you can play with. There's this A and there's this B. There's a roll the dice on the effects. Roll the dice here. Actually, roll the dice is, you can do it on, I thought you could do it on the effects. Maybe that's a different instrument I'm thinking about. But yeah, so it's rolling a dice on the effects, but I believe it's also, no, it's changing these two, A and B. And that's probably how it's always been, but it's been a minute since I've been in Machine. But there's a sequencer capability in here where you can do some really cool stuff and work with different scales, root key, set the scale. You can do macros with the different effects. These are really robust. I mean, it's really crazy as to how much you can do with these play series instruments. I don't think people give enough credit to Native Instruments and what they've done with this whole like Kontakt type of instrument, because it's really seemingly ahead of its time. There's a lot for $49. I believe that's what you're paying for it. There's a lot of stuff this does, but you could just go through here if you want. Listen to what's in there. Big hair energy. Who doesn't need some big hair energy? little tip for you guys that might be new to machine, like sometimes you might want to change the octave because, well, if it's a bass, you want to bring the octave down lower, right? Because you want to be in that bass, those bass notes to really hear it. But just in general, like certain instruments or certain presets rather will sound better in different octaves potentially. So you want to check that out since you have a limited amount of pads of 16 here. Sometimes bring that down, bring it up if it seems like you should, and you'll get, a better idea of what the actual underlying sound is. Some really nice sounds in here. Can't get into that one. There's a lot here. I mean, I'm in the Fs, right? And this is just the straight up presets, right? There's more you can do from here, like I was saying. This one's cool. Bring that down. Ooh. Like that one. Some really interesting sounds here. I'm still only look how much stuff there is here. That's insane. There's so much stuff. So basically for like 75 bucks right now, you've got enough inspiration to make yourself like at least, I don't know, at least 50 songs, right? I mean, there's a ton of stuff here. There's so much stuff. This is crazy. Craziness. Velvet toast. Very cool. Wannabe keys, what's that? Yeah, there's a ton here. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. This is pretty cool going through this many sounds and just feeling like, wow, I can make something from this. I feel inspired. I'm feeling the vibe. And then just being able to decide what direction like you want to go in, because there's so much you could do with this stuff. All right, let's see what we can pull together right now and make a little something. So my first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull that off of there, and I'm going to stick in Scalar. All right, so let's stick in Scalar. I haven't actually put in the update yet, right? Scalar's on 2.2. I didn't mean to put the audio unit on. I try to like stick with VSTs. That's one thing I have to say. Like, if you're gonna go one way or another, stick with what you're using, right? So it's usually stick with a VST. Don't start mixing in audio units. I mean, this is really only pertinent if you're on a Mac. But let's open this. Let's see what we can put in here. So I was like playing this in C minor, so I tend to. It's a very popular chord progression, right? 1, 3, 5, 4. So the way I drag this in, so once I pick this, I usually set something else up, right? And I know a lot of people ask me about this. They say, how do you drag this in? So I just drag it into, I'm in Scalar, right? So I drag it in here, select all, Control, Command X, and then I go and put it in another instrument. And I usually label this and keep it somewhere just so I remember, like if I have to ever go back to like what chords they are, it's easy for me to find them. And then I might just label this like pads, right? I'm going to pull these out a little bit here. And let's go up here. Let's see if I look in here and I ask, say, what did you have for a synth pad? Let's see what this one is. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm feeling that one a little bit more. So let's pull something else in. Let's sort of bring in our beat here. All right, the first drums I had picked out, I wasn't really feeling, so I just switched that up. I've got this now. I'm feeling this. So after this, I'd say, all right, so like, let's put some sort of melody in here somewhere. Like, let's find something, or we could like do a loop, right? I'm in C minor, so I could even go, instead of saying like, oh, I'm going to, make my own melody and put it in, which I tend to do. I'm not really a loop-based producer, but you could go to Soul Magic and you can go and you can look through what kind of loops they have, and you can be like, oh, is there something cool that like fits in here? I think I'm gonna like go back into the Play Series instrument because like I feel like that's so much fun and I want to check it out some more. So now I could do keys. Do I want to do something with like maybe some keys? I like that Gucci piano. That was sort of fun, right? So let's see. I'm gonna put myself in keyboard mode. I'm in C minor, so let me set myself up there and let's see what we got. Go down a little. Overthink it, right? I feel like that's what we all do. We all overthink it, and then we're like, what the heck am I doing? So don't overthink it, just play. That last one sounded horrible, right? What am I like? That didn't even work in there. So let's figure out what we got here. this one. That's what something would have worked there better. All right, so we got another one over here, which is off, right? And then you almost feel like, should I have started sooner here? Let's see. What happens if I go there? Put a note in there. Start over. And then you just keep building from there. I mean, really, a lot of people like take themselves too seriously. Just have fun. Don't be overly like critical of yourself. Like, just have fun. Find some sounds that you like. Oh, loaded that by mistake. What do we think? Can't think so. Myself off there. Where was I? Let's see. Let's move this. I was da, 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 da. 3, 1. Over here. Just keep putting stuff in, and you know, some stuff you're gonna be like, oh, that sucks, it doesn't sound good, so you try something else. Like, really just have fun with it. That's what's so awesome about making music. It is your art, it's from your heart, it's from your soul, and just have fun doing it. So whatever you do, get out there, make music. Links below to these wonderful instruments. You know, I hope that this was a helpful video and getting to hear some of the sounds that you can play around with and enjoy. And again, that sale is only going on for until the beginning of January. So hop on that now if you're checking these out and thinking you're interested. I appreciate you for using my links, and I will see you in another video soon.